Hello, everyone and no one, and welcome to another Talking Into the Void. I would say with me, as always, is Tier Alexander, but he is currently on Kefki's on Minions of the Zoo with Kefki, helping her out, so she has that whole thing going on. But join me as usual is Angela Arriaga. Angela, how you doing?
Doing okay. How about you?
Not so bad. And Will may or may not join. Seems more like a no since he had a friend that had some medical issues, so he's still a bit sore from what he had to do. And also, what's going on, clown?
Hey, brother.
So Twitter has been ridiculous, but then Twitter is always ridiculous.
I was gonna say, it's a day that ends in Y, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, the weirdest thing is because of that. What was it? Uh, what state is it? Walls from Minnesota? Tim Walls?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Having someone that was appointed by at least his administration and whatnot. I want to say when he was even in the running for VP, shoot and kill like a senator or at least a politician of some sort, and the entirety of majority of the left going through, nah, man, he was this super big MAGA person. When you look into everything about him, you're like, this just screams fucking psyop. But it also brings up a very good thing. Um, don't always open the door for police, because that's one of the he had a fake mask on and dressed as a cop.
Yeah, that was just weird.
I mean, he's not the first to do that.
Doesn't make it any less weird.
Oh no. I mean, what would have made it funnier is if instead of just dressed up like a cop and like having the shitty mask he had, if he'd have gone with like a Michael Myers mask. Like that would have at least been comical. I mean, granted, we're laughing at a tragedy. I don't wish that these people had died. And it makes even less sense of like the if he was right wing or whatnot because she was working with Republicans on something.
Yeah, I could have sworn. Yeah, I don't think it matters what political party he's from. He's a
Shit.
creep who turned around and killed the people.
The only thing that's got me doing a thunk of him actually doing it, and this is getting into conspiracy. So, YouTube, my small channel was saying flat out, this is a conspiracy theory. I don't know, because a lot of the pictures they show of the man prior, he is a big boy. And then when they show the person who's got the mask on and is dressed as a cop, they're
He's
like,
not that big.
not as big. But I don't know how old the pictures are of when he was a big guy.
Yeah,
Because for all I know, he could have had a weight loss journey over the years or over the past time
true.
frame. And then just always the funniest thing is, you see some of the left ones and whatnot, and one of the commentators off one of the, I think it was like call to activism or something like, MAGA can't understand facts. And it's like, sweetie, you of all people should not be saying that,
Hmm.
especially on a call to activism fucking post.
I can't understand facts. I don't think anybody really understands facts nowadays.
It seems like it's getting a lot harder.
Yeah, so I had a gig yesterday. Was supposed to be a 6 hour um customer service and sales um job.
But it got cut short because of protest.
Yeah, exactly. It ended up being a 3-hour promotional job because the crowd was a lot smaller than expected because people were afraid to be downtown because of the protesters.
Oh yeah, it's like I saw a different thing to where apparently the person in the car in California is the one who got arrested later on or is getting charged because protesters on the road swarmed and hit their car and whatnot. Let's like swarmed on their car, were like hitting their car and shit. Well, they were stuck in traffic, so the driver ended up turning into the protesters a bit to get out of the traffic to go away. And they want to, charge the person in the vehicle for like doing that whole, it's like it not being self-defense. Like, how dare you attack it's like protesters. Like at that point, they weren't protesters. Like if they're gonna be swarming vehicles and beating on them and shit, they're no longer protesters.
Hmm.
That's where me and Mitch definitely agree.
Yeah, protest, make your sign, stand over in that spot where you're not in anybody's way, but you can yell and heckle people
Mm-hmm.
and just do do your verbal things so that you can make your stand. But you don't attack people, their property, or their livelihood.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's we're starting to see it more in um outside of the states and whatnot, or not outside of the states, but in different states to where there's basically the ones that are just even the legislative people are tired of it. So they're like, no, if you do this and the people do this thing against you, yeah, they're not going to get in trouble. Like you don't have this free range. Like if you're going to protest, you have your First Amendment right to protest, but you do not have a it's like a right to shit on others like that.
Hmm. Yeah. So that's how things are going here.
I also just like that because they had the recent, was it No Kings protests, and one of the fucking funders of that whole shit's like one of the Waltons.
As in John Boy Mary Ellen or as in Sam Walton?
Well, Sam Walton's passed, but it
I
was one of his
mean his
kids.
family.
Yeah, it's one of it.
That's
It's
what I
yeah,
was asking.
yeah, it's one of his family. It's like,
It's like I am aware that Sam Walton is passed. It was the downfall of Walmart.
well, he was still alive when Walmart started to go downward. It went downward when his daughter took over. Would you stop being stupid and yes, I'm going to remove game capture and then put it back in. Hopefully it stops being stupid.
How are you doing, brother? But yeah, so it was kind of
Oh, there
the
we go.
festival itself was pretty nice though. The music was good.
That's
Had
good.
some good food.
Shrink that down some.
It was nice to go someplace. Got to admit, I have been missing my city. It sucks not to be able to go out like I used to. I just can't walk that much. I've been dying all day. it's it's awful.
Ah, change the whole thing. Hey, what's up, Mr. Scott?
Oh, it's not showing the thing. Oh.
No, because of messing around with my OBS and whatnot. It's like, oh, I can have the game, but still have the I'm talking here overlaying the game.
For some reason, my YouTube chat doesn't want to work. There we go.
All I know is I'm looking forward to later on this week. I decided to say screw it, talk to my local gun shop or the gun shop I go to the most and see if they could order the Lone Wolf frame. So I got 2 on order.
Nice.
So I'll be building those out in the next week or so. I still got to figure out what I'm going to post tomorrow for my gun channel.
Right guns.
Since I really haven't done anything. I mean, I've got stuff. I just have to do something.
Actually do something.
Yeah. Do I want to continue or... I don't care. I'm just screwing around with it anyways.
Hello?
Hello, looks like you're a little thin tonight. Thought I'd stop by.
Hey, what's going on, Funk? Chanel.
Hey, I had a brilliant nap and I've just got some cornbread in the oven.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna
that
have
sounds
biscuits and
good.
gravy, but I was like, man, I don't want to make. I don't want to make biscuit fucking batter right now. I'm just gonna make cornbread. Cornbread is easy. It's like butter, eggs, corn, flour.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
Yeah, I tried out the barbecue pulled pork that one of the stores I went to yesterday had. Wasn't bad to be reheated and everything.
nice. Yeah, I've been complaining on our show that prices up here in Kanakistan are just too high.
Mhm.
Like it just basically priced me out of being able to afford beef as much as I'd like, because I'm a big meat eater. I basically am a carnivore diet, but because of this, like
Yeah.
$50 for one fucking T-bone, dude.
Jesus.
It's like a 2-ounce T-bone, but
That's insane.
$50. That's on that, and I have to remind you guys because you don't live here. On top of that is a 15% sales tax.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You have tax on food?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's tricky because there isn't supposed to be, but some places will still charge you that 15%.
Yeah, it's like for... I know for Michigan doesn't have a tax on food, but a lot of places will do the whole thing that if something costs $1.99 because we have a 6-cent sales tax, that they'll still charge you 12 cents. It's like, that's 6 cents on every dollar. The 99 cents doesn't count.
Yeah.
Well,
Do
they'll
not besmirch the cornbread, Mr. Scott.
What? Who? Oh,
The cornbread. Would you
Mr.
become
Scott.
American?
I am American.
Yeah,
I was born in Michigan, bro. My mother was far too pregnant. They were visiting family in Michigan, and technically, I was born on American soil.
Oh, hey, you're American. You
Yeah,
can
I
come
consider
back to
myself an
where there's
expat.
no. You can come back to where there's no sales tax for food.
Yes, but trying to find a city that isn't just completely AIDS commied out, and has the same level of, well, now you know, Mr. Scott, the same level of business that I'm in. Because Warhammer 40K is such a niche hobby, having such a massive community that I've already have roots in Toronto is a very good thing for my business.
Yeah.
The reason I stopped doing business with America is because the Trudeau government, and to a small extent Trump himself, made the shipping so outrageously expensive, it's not viable. My prices are so high compared to the United States. And again, keep in mind, I still do business with Brits, people in Europe. It's not my bread and butter, so to speak, but I still have business there because the shipping is just it's a little bit inflated because of inflation, blah blah blah. But it's not that bad to ship something across the border, literally into Michigan, New York State, whatever. Like, it's unbelievable. And the thing about that is, it's not like Trump's fault. He's involved, but it's not his fault, because if I was Trump, I wouldn't want to deal with me either if I was Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
Or if Justin Trudeau was the leader of the country. Like, you want to be a dumb fucking communist, Trudy? Then no, I'm not going to do any business with you. And yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, he's not wrong. Like, so many countries got pissed off because they're like, how dare you give us an import tax for us to bring something in there? It's like, well, you weren't getting one before, but you're making us pay an import tax. So, like, I can understand it going, it's like some of the stuff going up, but like a lot of some of the countries, just for doing business with the Americans, they're like, well, we're going to bump it up even more. And it's like, okay, this is retarded. You're just hurting your citizens and businesses.
Yeah, and it's the USPS and Canada Post.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the postal companies that are government run that basically caused this huge, massive increase. I loved this game. This remake was so good.
The only thing I didn't like about it, from everything I'm aware of, was they should have still kept the two stories themselves different, instead of basically just being vague.
Amalgam.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as like remakes go, I kind of enjoyed it. There's a special love in my heart for the Resident Evil series, because it's one of those games with your kid, you're playing like every single one of them. The later games are kind of weird though. The what was it, 4 where you're in Africa?
No,
that was hilarious. I played the shit out of that during COVID.
When you're in Africa. 4 is in some small European area, because that's the one where you play as Leon.
Hello, Void.
And
Hey.
Sorry.
See,
yes,
you bring
helping,
up Africa.
You were helping Kefki. We already established this.
Well, fine then. Yeah.
That's a known fact.
It is known.
Fine. God.
Is Kefki doing good?
Yeah. She was just running late. But Blue stepped in and got everything situated, so it was still fun.
Nice.
Oh, what's up, Badger?
What?
Where do you stand on cornbread, Tier?
I like cornbread.
Okay.
Well, I don't stand on cornbread. I prefer to eat it.
Oh, shit. Did y'all hear? When I heard this, it was the dumbest shit ever. It had to do with the No Kings protest.
The shooter?
We brought up the fact that one of the funders for it is one of the Walton kids.
Did you know there was no King's protest in England?
Yeah, we covered this on my show on Saturday, and the hosts did. Yeah, they did not. My co-hosts did not believe They're like, wait, in England they literally have a king. I'm like, yeah,
They
I know.
just crowned a king.
They will
18
have
countries
two kings.
outside of the United States had no king's protests,
And I'm betting
including
a
two
lot of
African
listeners-
countries.
Why?
Go ahead, Tyr.
But-
Because they're paid to do it.
Yeah. Well, this was
but,
like
all right, so,
back in the day when they had the BLM protests in other countries. They're like, we don't like how American cops are treating black people. It's like, you're not even in the country.
You're not Americans. Fuck you.
Like, you should be more
Wait,
worried
no,
about how
no.
your cops treat you.
In 1996, you were still a kid, brother. You weren't a young kid, but you were still a kid.
I was 10
Man, I was
years old.
10.
Well, depending on what
I
time of the year.
was 17, 16.
I don't think you were even old enough
What
to
the
drink
fuck?
yet.
How old are you, functional?
Mid 40s.
God
Well,
damn,
if I
why
was
do have
17 or
old people?
16, do the math.
Yeah,
Don't
he was
wanna-
either born in 79 or 80.
79.
Why do I hate? Why am I supposed to have?
I can-
elderly?
Since I'm
It's
not
my youthful exuberance.
since I'm not a skid, I can do the math, not the meth.
Even technically, Dr. Functional was still a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And look, you're 25.
My brother
Stop lying
came
to
up
us.
with 1996. Resident Evil came out. Far from a kid.
Wow, Resident Evil did come out in 1996.
The original.
So I'll still
Tank
say
control
going
and-
like of the like the remakes and shows and whatnot for all of the live actions, I still say the first live action movie and like the first half of the second live action movie are probably the best live action adaptations. The rest are all trash.
Well,
Oh, the show was such tripe.
all right, to be
they
hold on.
race swapped Leon.
They race swapped like everybody. Wesker is black? What? Has
the
two
first
daughters? What?
It's so far removed from
Wasn't
canon.
Wesker a blonde?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he Wesker was Lance Redding. Redding.
Who's a
That doesn't help at all, Tyr.
who's a great actor,
What?
but
I don't. Here's what I know
Wesker was
about
designed to
Resident
look- yeah.
Evil.
Go ahead.
Mila Jovovich was in it. I know that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the actor who played
I
Wesker.
don't-
was
Yes,
Lance
and
Redding.
her
You're
thing
not-
tier was, isn't Wesker's character supposed to be a blonde? She didn't ask who played him.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
your
I
thing
think-
about saying like who played him, irrelevant.
Sorry, yeah, my bad.
Speaking of Lance Reddick, how do you guys feel about the John Wick series?
I haven't watched
I
the fourth
finally
yet.
saw.
I haven't seen anything.
I finally saw the first one.
I still
I've seen
love the
first
first one.
It was
The
very, very good.
gunplay, the way he
Yeah.
flicks the clips out. Oh my god! And so I watched Ballerina today.
But the
Totally not a girl boss movie. Was fucking like
oh yeah,
I loved
mean,
it.
if you paid attention to a couple of the ones where they have her talk with John Wick, like basically he tells her not to fight fair.
No.
That
It
whole
was
thing.
actually her mentor, the like sensei or whatever you want to call her, that was training the students. Was like, yeah, don't fight fair. You're too small. And she's like the first 25, 30 minutes, it's just her getting her ass handed to her. And sure enough, later on, it does pay off because yes, she plays to win. She's doing everything to survive and kill people before she's killed. But she's constantly she fucking full on punches some dude, maybe a couple like not even a huge dude, just some dude who's like a couple inches taller than her, and wallops him right in the face. And he kind of reels a little bit because it's like a bee sting. Like you kind of go, what the fuck? But she grabs her hand and you know she broke a couple bones there. And it was like a good lesson because like, yeah, you're always going to be smaller than everyone. You're never going to be able to win with strength. And that's what movies with female strong action leads, your Sigourney Weavers, your Linda Hamiltons, they always yes, they will use anything at their disposal, guns, whatever, the great equalizer. But what makes them great is the fact that they use their gray matter, their brains, to outthink bigger, stronger opponents, with or without guns. Doesn't matter. These are smart women who are doing things properly. I like how you're clearing the place and just like popping them in the head before they even get up.
Oh
So,
yeah, I'm just playing.
You
fun.
played this.
Yeah,
You've played this.
double tap.
yeah. Like this is just a funds through.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm not the biggest fan of for the John Wick films is the overemphasis from Taran Tactical, because he was a consultant for the gunplay on 1, and he is a great gun ballerina. He
Okay.
is. But when they got someone on one of the other ones, I think it was the third or fourth one.
Third,
Yeah, to like, the dude who's been through Iraq, kicked in doors and whatnot. He's fighting the dude like, no, he needs to do this. And he's just like, this isn't your job to do that. Your job is to go through and make it look good it's like, so the camera angle will look good.
yeah.
And like when they brought the Genesis 12 out in the fourth one, he didn't actually do much to it, but before it was able to be put in there, because when they went through that whole thing for it, it had to go through and get Tarantized first.
Okay.
And quite literally, all he did was slap his name on it and a little bit of polishing in one spot, and like change a buffer to a different company's buffer, not even his own. And that's not even getting into his personal shit.
The guy who did the director of the first 3 and Ballerina was a stunt man in the Matrix movies.
Nice.
And so he knows how to do fight scenes and choreography and everything, because that was his bread and butter before he became a director.
Yeah.
He is signed on. Chad Coghill, something like that. Chad something. His name is Chad. He's doing, alongside Henry Cavill, the new Highlander movie. So we'll see. It's got potential already for people who are signed up, because
I love Cavill.
Yeah, I love Cavill too, and I can trust that he's going to be in a project and want to make it the best it can be. Because look at what happened with Witcher. He was completely like, no, you're turning this into girl boss shit. I want no part of this project anymore. And it's like, yeah, well, bye, Felicia.
Did you have you seen The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare?
Yes.
Oh, so
I actually
good.
really liked it. Liked it.
So good.
It's definitely fantastical, but it was really good.
So
I smell cornbread. Be right back.
I know some people aren't going to like me on this one, because I know Cavill's supposed to be on the whole thing for the Warhammer 40K thing, and in all honesty, I hope they don't make it live action. With what Warhammer 40K is, from everything I know, with your Space Marines, all your other factions, you're going to be CGI-ing so much shit, you might as well just CGI it from the get-go.
Well, that's why it's going to be taking the next 7 years before it even sees the screen, is because there's going to be so much involved. I think they're going to use a combination of practical and 3D.
If
You
they
don't have
do
to
practical
CGI it
effects,
all the
that
time.
would. If they
But-
do practical effects, that'll be awesome.
But it's just one of those things when you start looking at
it doesn't have to be all CGI.
the Necrons, the Orcs, like a lot of the other aliens and whatnot. Like, you could do practical, but it's probably not going to look that good.
Well, Rotten, you don't have to do practical the entire time.
Yeah. I'm just saying for
they're
what
still
it
human
is,
enemies.
it would work. It probably work better at just being an animated.
I think it will, if you focus on the less fantastical aliens like the Eldar or the Dark Eldar, you can pretty much keep it live action. Like, the Eldar aren't that different from humans.
It's still just one of those things. Well, it's
What?
like you could. It still would just be
What's an
smarter.
Eldar?
No. Green Badger, what the hell is TT? I need you to spell shit out tonight.
Terran
I'm
Tactical.
sorry, I'm really tired.
Terran Tactical
Okay,
is
what's that?
it is a gun company named or done by I don't remember his first name, but his last name is Terran, who's a USPSA Grandmaster. USPSA is the United States. It's a pistol competition for pistol shooting.
Cool.
So like he uses in like Terranized ones in that one, and like this. So for the way it goes, and they're nice guns and everything, but what they've mostly been is just oh, son of a bitch, what was it? Like they're Nighthawks, Sandhawks, and whatnot. Other than a quaint
Okay.
few that he's gone through and basically just putting their stuff on it, or his stuff on it to slick it up more than it already was.
Okay, then I would have needed you to spell that out for me anyways, because I know zero about gun shit. I know what I have learned from Rotten and Will, and I know what I have learned from watching Unsubscribe and The Fat Electrician.
To what you were just saying about Warhammer, though, Rotten, a lot of people had those same fears. I wouldn't say fears, apprehensions about hearing about the Lord of the Rings movie. And I mean, dude, they found a way. They used obviously a lot of practical effects, but there's also a lot of CGI in there. So they make it work, and I think that they really could do that with
I'm still with
Warhammer.
another guy when it comes to
Depending
the
on
Lord of the
who
Rings
villain
stuff.
is.
And well, Laura, okay, if it's going Warhammer, they're gonna go more normie route, so it means you're probably gonna be seeing a lot of Space Marines.
Yeah, it'll
Well-
probably be something like Space Marines versus a threat, as opposed to, because it's such a large universe, you have to really focus it down. You have to get a story first,
Yeah,
and
because
deal with
there's a lot
the
of enemies.
later. Yeah, there's lots of enemies, and let's face it, in the Warhammer 40K universe, there are no good guys.
Yeah.
Shit, you can do a whole undercity. You can have Space Marines dealing with undercity shit. Dealing with
The Hive
genius
City,
and cultists. Yeah.
But I will
Yeah.
go, to go into everything I've heard. Probably the best adaptation of Lord of the Rings is the original Hobbit cartoon. And while the live
Right in
actions
the best.
are nice, they're still bad adaptations.
I disagree entirely. I think the live action trilogy was fucking fantastic.
It's phenomenal.
The live action Lord of the Rings was okay.
Hold on. What I'm trying to preface though in that whole thing is it can still be a really, really good movie, but be considered a bad adaptation.
No, but that's what I'm referring to in response is, like, I think that they were a fantastic adaptation because Tolkien's writing style is not easily adaptable to anything outside of the medium.
Most books aren't.
Yeah, and that's just it's just it's the difference in the storytelling medium. And I think that Jackson and I always forget the writer's name, but I think they did a fantastic job to keep what they needed to in. People when it first came out. Again, I was a teenager, but when it first came out, or maybe I was in my 20s. Anyway, a lot of my friends, hardcore Tolkien fans, are like, yeah, there's no way they can just take out Tom Bombadil or something like that, and just I'm like, yeah,
but he. For the story being told, Tom Bombadil is not a major player.
Exactly. Yeah, he's not exactly someone who progresses the story forward. If you're going to take anything out, he's the thing that you can.
Yeah. Again, he's not a major player. There's some characters that should have got more spotlight that I think they did. But yeah.
My brother says, and so much walking in Lord of the Rings.
I mean,
my brother hates Lord of the Rings. He hates it because it's just a movie about a lot of walking,
The
according
movie
to my
itself
brother.
is the journey. It's the journey.
Oh my god, tear.
I know. Forgive me. I can't help it myself.
You just have to re-say exactly what I said in different words.
Yes. I have to dumb it down.
No, you don't, but you do it anyway.
It's in my nature. I can't help myself.
That's where it's like I'm gonna go with kind of like what the fat electrician said, and I will give was it Peter Jackson a bit more credit for not trying to basically make the story his own, because there are too many like directors that do that.
Again, if the Rings of Power's directors made their own IP, I think it would have been better received.
Well, what I mean is the whole thing of you have a story that's already insanely popular, and all you are doing is going to do is put it to a visual medium that has motion to it. And so many of them want to be like, oh, well, I can do this whole thing, so I want to give my version of X, Y, or Z. And it's like, people aren't wanting your version. Like, we can take The Walking
Uh,
Dead. Like, the
Let me
story's already
clarify,
there.
nobody was talking about Rings of Power either.
Yeah.
No, I'm just using that as the example of if you wanted to do something, what they did. If Ring of Power was not a Lord of the Rings, if you did not have the Lord of the Rings moniker on it, or the characters, and it was a separate property, people would have received it better. It probably would have done way better as its own IP. I didn't want that. That sucks.
Nobody wanted that. Rings of Power was not a good
Oh
thing.
no, I'm playing a game. But yeah, Rings of Power.
Never mind. Forget it. I can't with you tonight.
I was playing a game and it gave me something I didn't want.
I was being a smart ass here.
Wow.
Hey, Tyr, can you look up? That's where the joke went.
It went right over my head. Yeah, I got it. I can't help it. It's in my nature.
Oh my gosh.
Well, otherwise, what'd you do today, Tyr?
Nothing much. I went to work today, so yeah. Vacation ended day early.
Oh, I am so looking forward to being done with this work week, because once this work week's done, I've got the next like month and a half off for Mondays.
You dirty bastard.
I couldn't get Fridays off because everyone else started taking them because it's summer and whatnot. So I was like, well, it looks like I'm gonna be changing when I'm uploading on Rotten's Guns for that, because those Mondays are gonna become my range days.
Well, that's not bad.
That
means you'll be on with us. So that's good.
What I was gonna try to say, Badger, is they probably will go with that one weird band of like women monk things, so
What?
that they can have their
Sisters of
super
Battle?
powered. Yes.
The Adeptus
the-
Sororitas.
Yes.
So, but that's it. It's okay. They're all part of the same like faction, if you will. So
I
them
didn't
fighting alongside
finish.
the Space Marines is okay.
Didn't need to finish a thought. It's all good.
My bad. Sorry.
Oh wait, Season of the Witch for Halloween. It's the third one. I still think that one probably could have been better, even if it had the Halloween thing, if they wouldn't have made a sequel of the original.
Michael Myers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It should start off as an anthology and
Mhm.
stayed an anthology. And the only connected tissue is literally Halloween.
Mhm.
No, I want that.
What are you playing?
Hold on.
I mean, it doesn't take
Army
much.
of Ruin.
What?
Army of Ruin.
Oh,
It's
What?
like that doesn't Tyrion. It's like Tyrion doesn't know what he's playing. He's like, "What are you playing?" Hold please.
I just got this game. It's not like I've been playing it for a minute. I just got
You
it.
still think you'd know what you're playing?
I'm playing essentially a Vampire Survivor clone. So essentially, you're running around the large open field or some shit, killing things.
So all I know is I still got to figure out how to do the fucking YouTube shorts at some point. I hate it, but
Yeah, I hate shorts.
I'm
I know
a
a lot of
Gene
people
man,
like.
so
I know a lot of people are like, "Oh well, it's to combat freaking TikTok and that whole thing." It's like, yeah, because TikTok's just taking the place of Vine.
Yeah.
that
Because some young kids who have a bit of reach got pushed on TikTok and now are superstars on TikTok because the CCP paid them to do so.
Yeah.
It's like, shocker.
if it wasn't for TikTok, we wouldn't have these challenges.
The funny thing though is
We
like,
wouldn't-
is it no reality though? Is if it wasn't for TikTok, we wouldn't have Fat Electrician.
I know.
don't know what that is.
The Fat Electrician
The
does
Fat
a lot of
Electrician,
war history.
Ah.
Like his most recent video was over the World War One veteran Sergeant York, and like how the dude was like the dude quite literally after joining the army, even though he was trying to be labeled a conscientious objector, basically got into a battle of scripture with one of his commanders, or like the commander that when he was trying to go through it, to basically end up having it that he was okay with going to war, and his whole thing was, I won't get hit because God has deemed it, or if I do get hit, it's because God has deemed it. And he's also the same one that with like 7 dudes, they ended up getting like 200 Germans to surrender.
Nice.
Oh, it's like straight up ridiculous. Like the story was so unbelievable for the whole thing of like how he ended up having it because, you know, he grew up using a black powder rifle or musket to hunt with, and was so good he could shoot a turkey in the head. That machine gun fire is going at him, and he's sitting there with the, you know, 1903 Springfield bolt action rifle and 30-06 and just telling the Germans to surrender. And every time one of them pops up because they won't surrender, he domes the person. Like quite literally, when they finally surrendered is because he was having to reload. And when they rushed him because his rifle was out of rounds, he brought his 1911 out with 7 rounds. And the guy leading the charge was like, oh, he missed me. He missed me. He missed me like 6 times. And then he hit me. And when he looks back, he realized that he shot the guys behind him first.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't run away. He used his he used hunting tactics to fight the Germans. Oh,
Hey, sometimes you
My
gotta do
brother
those to get
said-
those damn krauts.
My brother says I don't tick nor talk, and I don't twitch. I'm not epileptic.
Yeah, TikTok is pure filth.
Yes.
I don't do
Call me
TikTok unless it's like something somebody shared. Like I don't have a TikTok. I don't
so
do Twitch because Twitch is absolute garbage. I've tried to go on Twitch. I can't figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do there.
yeah,
It
I
is
don't
not a user-friendly
stream
platform.
on Twitch, and just a lot of their stuff is exponentially more difficult.
Mhm.
And like you can find good stuff on TikTok. You just have to search. It's just when it comes to Western countries, the CCP
It's
does.
pretty much shit.
Well, hold on. The CCP does promote brain rot. Like they actually purposely in their algorithm for anywhere that's not basically aligned with them, have it pushing brain rot.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you look at like the top things of what would be in China and that whole thing, it's kids doing things with technology, like stuff that's supposed to would be good for the country.
Brain food, not brain rot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Badger says, "Damn kids with your ticking and your talking."
And you're bipping and you're bopping.
And that rock and roll music.
Instagram should have a weed
Others
delivery
said-
service. So
I was gonna say the same thing. I was about to read that too. Well done, brother.
Back in my day, the only tick-tocking was on the clock. Excuse me.
yeah, I don't use Instagram, but like Instagram is very similar to friggin' everything else. Like,
Okay.
it's really only Rumble and
Hi, Keisha.
YouTube that are more of like long form, non streamed content necessarily. What's up, Shell? Use this and then turn over and say, get set on fire.
Burn, bitch.
The thing is, like with adults, it's like, yeah, the brain rot is real. It's on every platform, blah, blah, blah. But like, for adults, I'm not talking about young kids who the parents are more at fault by just plopping them in front of these screens and not paying attention to what they
Oh yeah.
use or watching.
I have
But-
to admit, that was a smooth.
Yeah. But you have the culmination of all human information literally in your pocket, at your fingertips, and you choose to brain rot yourself by watching whatever podcast or what, I don't know what else is out there, but that's a pretty good example. That's on you. Cause dude, Rotten, you make gun videos because guns are awesome and there's a lot of information to be had there, and you make some stuff that's educational.
I try.
I'm just using as an example of a small creator who actually does some good to put information out into the universe. And yeah, you could watch any of the other 5,000 people who make gun videos or gun related content, but watch you. Because I love guns. I'm just not as into guns, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So there's that, but like it drives me nuts. There's so many people, so many Westerners who just choose the brain rot over getting informed over about a topic. Like, again, I'll hey, I'm bored today. I want to learn something new. I'm going to learn a new recipe. I'm going to learn what NASA's doing, or the James Webb Telescope, or is there any innovation that happened lately in chemistry. Not big on chemistry. I'm more physics oriented, but just to be like, oh, okay, so talk to me like I'm 4 years old and let me know what was discovered in the newest chemical compounds or whatever, but like, I may not fully understand everything, but at least I have a
general
passing knowledge. Yeah. Of and now I've been informed on what happened. Or what's happening in chemistry. Like, it's so easy. It's so easy. But the truth of the matter is, there's so many. It's like the old Carlin joke. Think of the stupidest person you know, and just know that half of the people on Earth are dumber than that.
Yeah.
These people are so dumb, they don't even know what question to ask.
No, it's not. All right, so it is. Some of it is willful.
And the other part of it's our
Willful
school. The
ignorance.
other part, we can blame our
Ignorance.
school
And the
systems.
other will
To quote Futurama, hey, give our public school system some credit.
all human knowledge in our right pocket. Like, all right, so ages ago, I had this conversation with.
I have
coworker.
all of human knowledge in my wallet because that's what goes in my right
Well-
pocket.
In my right front pocket is always my phone.
Yeah, I put my wallet there because it's harder to take things out of your front pockets.
I keep my
By-
I'm always
by
in
a
cargo
thief.
pants because of my job. All right, so because of my job, I'm always in cargo pants. I keep my wallet in one of the cargo pants legs that snaps closed. So in order to get to my wallet, you have to unsnap that thing, and by the time you unsnap it, I'll feel it because I got a shit ton of other shit in there that you'd have to poke me to get out. Like I got pens in that pocket too. So, but you have the combination of all human knowledge at your disposal. And again, you have the combination of both willful ignorance and general stupidity, or there's other shit I'd rather do. Like when if it wasn't for the internet, I didn't know nothing about the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Like I read that book because of the internet. I read it on the internet. It was copied on the internet, and I read it fucking cover to cover. Well, not cover to cover, but chapter to chapter. Fucking love that story.
Well, it's for the longest time, TV was a disseminator, the biggest disseminator of information and entertainment, but you were at the mercy of the television station. So
Mhm.
it was limited
They
to
just
what
got
you
shown.
wanted to learn that you would be exposed to. I think right now with the internet, like I said, people are just too stupid to understand, to know what questions to ask. It's not really a slight. It's just sort of, a matter of fact statement, because you need to have some level of understanding of something before you can ask the question about that topic.
Mhm.
Like if I knew nothing about guns, I would be like, I wouldn't even know what to ask about the Bernelli, Do you even know what a Bernelli is?
I know of Benelli.
Benelli,
No,
sorry.
Us, not us, but
See, there you go, Rotten. It's
Benelli.
a shotgun. It's
Yeah.
a shotgun. So there you go. That's the, that just exemplifies what I was just talking about. Like I have a small passing knowledge about the different types of gun manufacturers, and you're shooting the liquor, aren't you?
Yep.
So I know the question to ask. Okay. Or I got close enough to the name that Rotten was like, "Oh, you mean Benelli?" I thought it was Bernelli. Whatever, Whereas,
I also didn't get mad when you were like, "Oh, the clips," and it's just like, I don't care anymore.
oh, come on.
That's why I said I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's
I
something
gave that
you-
up a long time
That's
ago.
something
It's
you
just,
do to like your friends because you're just fucking ribbing them, basically.
clips. Yeah, because I only read magazines when I'm on the shitter. Or the doctor's office. Damn proctology. Get your fingers out of there! Oh my god, this cornbread is so good.
Motherfucker.
I ate far too much because I made some mushroom gravy to go with it, so I'm having cornbread
my
biscuits and gravy.
Mushroom gravy.
I haven't eaten anything all day.
That
Fuck off.
sounds amazing.
Fungus.
I got
can't
some
stand
normal cake that I'm
fungus.
gonna eat after the stream.
Now you gonna make me some cornbread, you bastards.
Good.
That
Cornbread's
sounds
awesome.
amazing, functional.
It is. I wish I could share it. There's nothing greater than when I was actually a chef, to just, pop my head out of the kitchen every so often if I had a big event, because I was a catering chef, and just like see the people just like oohing and ahhing over the food. I'm like,
I did
that's
that.
why I fucking do this.
It's when you have the
What's
whole
that?
thing where you can say, "I did that."
Yeah. And I mean, like,
Yeah.
I love cooking for people. So people come over. I'm like, hey, you hungry? Yeah, let's figure something out. I'll make you something.
Actually, one of the ones a buddy of mine used to do, because he would do the cornbread in the cast iron skillet.
Oh yeah.
But he'd also from time to time do jalapeno cornbread.
Mm.
It's pretty good.
All right, fuck you, bastards. I'm making cornbread.
I want to
this
say
week.
he
Fuck
even did
all
one
of
where
y'all.
he
I
did
don't like jalapeno, so
yeah, well, it's again, it's not me firm, but he also did like made bacon, then added the bacon, and then did like a bacon
yeah,
jalapeno
bacon
cornbread.
cheese cornbread is
Mm.
amazing.
Yeah, I didn't have any pork left over, so I couldn't do that. But I had plenty of beef drippings in the fridge and mushrooms, so I made mushroom gravy.
Mm.
I fucking hate fungus.
Yes, I still have
It's so good though.
Nobody said you had to eat it.
check the
Yeah, more for Ange.
the rotisserie shredded rotisserie chicken that I picked up from Aldi a while ago, because I might need to throw it out because it's a bit past its best by date, but it's still sealed. Because the nice thing about the shredded rotisserie chicken from Aldi is like they actually have a sealed film over it to stop oxygen.
Keep it from drying out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this one's the head, bow, and then snake.
I also have in the fridge some homemade salsa I made, jalapeno salsa. I know you don't like jalapenos. You don't have to eat it. I'm just making fun.
Cilantro.
Just taking the piss.
Cilantro,
But it's
I've
just
got issues with.
it's just so simple. Like the other day, I was like, I have all these nacho chips. I have no salsa. I have vegetables. Let's make salsa. It's so fucking easy. This is why they should bring back well, I don't know, it's different regions have different educational programs. But here they really need to bring back home economics because
Yeah,
and just
Oh,
call
they're
it
very
culinary class or whatever because
Culinary
people need to have a basic level of understanding of how to cook.
I think this was my brother's reaction to his knowledge of guns.
Hmm.
I know when someone points one, duck, dodge, and dive.
Yeah. And pray that they're a terrible shot.
mm-hmm.
Because honestly, in a medium close scenario, it's not that hard to get a headshot, and even on a moving target.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's not talk about my brother being a moving target.
God damn it, I've been throwing books into these books. I've been reading the damn series for about a week now.
Nice.
It's the third book of a Wuxia novel.
Like I still got a bunch of stuff I gotta finish. I still need to finish the first season of Frieren.
Was it weeb
Of what?
shit?
Yep.
What?
Oh, you
Yeah.
fucking
Okay,
I
never
need to
mind.
continue on with freaking the
Almost.
Dresden Files again.
almost said a gamer word on your
Ooh.
channel. Yeah,
You caught
you
my
know what I'm
attention.
calling you.
You said Dresden Files.
He's an ag fag.
Weebs ruin everything.
Nice.
Some weebs ruin everything. Honestly,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really
weebs
is a
are really
minority of
bad.
weebs who
I would
go
honestly
over the top.
I would honestly say, well, that's just ones where you're like, oh God, would you make some of the Dungeons and Dragons nerds look bad, or it's like look decent, but it's like the ones who ruin it are the ones who get way too into it are fucking tourists.
Yes.
And a lot of times, I'd rather deal with someone who gets way too into it over a fucking tourist.
Yeah, I fucking hate tourists. It's because of tourists we have the female Adeptus Custodes.
Yes, yes. And oh God, what do you call them? The thought creators for things like Warhammer or Lord of the Rings or whatever. They're like they've got their tits out in their video and they're like, so today we're gonna talk about the Imperial Guard, also known as the Astra Militarum. It's like, bitch,
You're not into
You.
it because if you were, you'd show more respect.
I like boobs. I like Warhammer. I don't need some tourist with boobs telling me about Warhammer.
Oh fucking hell! Right, I'm gonna send you something.
And I'll check it
I
out
want-
later.
Well, you know what? I'm a retweet it. Dear God. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. But yes, the tourists ruined everything. They ruined D&D. Oh, why did I like Critical Role? Because I wanted to play Critical Role. God, D&D isn't fucking Critical Role.
The ones who are like, well, I don't like playing it this way. Well, this is the way we've played it for years. Why are you excluding me? We're not excluding you, but if you're not going to play it the way we play it, you don't play.
But
Fuck
the
off.
rules don't make any sense.
The rules clearly make sense because we've all been playing by them for ages.
Literally generations at this point.
Yes.
Again,
Like D&D, don't even get me started.
all right, again, so the recent thing of turning the orcs into fucking dust cloud Mexicans is fucking insane.
Well, dude, that's like the people that get pissed because going back to one of the series that I was watching, Furin, they talk about, they bring up demons. People are like, how can they say these things about demons? Like, well, because in the canon of this show,
They're
demons aren't people. They use words and whatnot to trick people so they can eat them. They are malevolent species that want to do nothing but kill humans so they can eat them.
What was it? Oh fucking hell, I can't remember. Oh, it was the whole Tolkien's orcs are actually decent. And I'm like, no, they're fucking monsters.
No, and they bring up what created them. It's like they didn't have some other thing create them.
Morgoth. The Dark Lord, one of the Dark Lords himself, created these damn things. They're evil. Evil.
They corrupted elves with evil magic, and boom, there you go. No,
And
these
then-
people did not just come from Africa off of a boat.
And they do not reproduce sexually. Like, that's another thing. Again, I'm sorry to bring it back to Rings of Power. Forgive me, kill me if you must.
Well, this is
The-
going
the
back to
whole-
like writing and tourists.
Yeah, the whole turning to give like oppression subplots in a series where the whole point is fucking survival. You can't have fucking look, Warhammer. You can't. The whole point is we need to do what we need to do because everything outside of us wants to kill us. There are very few friends in other races for humanity. So humanity needs to be, look, you need to shut the fuck up and shoot. You can't be pacifistic here. Because you got gene stealers, Tyranids, Necrons, Orcs, fucking Eldar, Dark Eldar, and a whole host of fucking demonic things dying to consume you. If they don't want to rape and murder you first.
Yeah.
So it's like what? The Tyranids are the ones that just want biomass?
Biomass, yeah, they take your biomass, they melt everything down on a planet, and then as this is going on, as they're basically swarming the entire planet, there are huge tendrils from a hive ship that are soaking up all this biomass. Once the planet is, air quotes, secure, and all the bioforms from the Tyranids have done their job, they too go back into the slurry, get disintegrated into this biomass, and it's all reabsorbed by the ship, and it happens again and again and again and again. They don't care about you. They're like the universe. They're completely do not care about you.
Tyranids can't be reasoned with. All right,
Yeah,
Tyranids can't be
they're
reasoned
so
with.
freaking shisty that they'll infect others to keep their form or keep the form of that whole thing, so they can trick you to turn you into biomass.
Like Tyranids can't be reasoned with. Demons can't be reasoned with. Like no matter what demons say, their whole method is corruption.
Well,
If you if,
again, with that whole
then
thing, it
again, a
depends
Zishin, you can
on the
reason with
lore.
Nope.
Well,
You can.
what
All
I
right.
meant by the lore is of the specific show.
No,
book.
I'm talking about demons in. I'm using Warhammer.
Oh yeah,
Stuff for Warhammer. Like the demons in Warhammer. Honestly,
They're all Democrats.
Like you can reason with a
I'm
Zinchian
not
demon,
kidding.
but it's still trying to manipulate you.
He'll promise you
Whatever you can.
power or riches or whatever you want, but they'll never deliver.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
just like Democrats.
Or you got the spawns of Nurgle who just want to infect everything and destroy it. Like you can't really reason with these fucks. The Necrons, they want to destroy the universe. They want to silence the universe. They hate life.
Yeah.
Shit, you even got in Warhammer universe, even humans got to worry about other fucking humans.
Yep. Like in my campaign right now, I'm humans. I'm Astra Militarum, the guard, the general rank and file of humanity. But they are marauders. They're not part of the Imperium of Man. They do their own thing, and I mean they basically do what some of the other races do, and they just destroy and consume to stay alive in the universe.
Universe that the Warhammer universe is not a place where you can be you could explore your sexuality. No, you fucking can't. You need to fucking make more humans so we can throw it into the meat grinder. We need as many humans as possible. We need you either fucking farming for food or fucking to make more soldiers.
Or making bullets or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like,
very
we need-
utilitarian.
Like you can't. No. That homosexuality shit. That's not gonna fucking fly here. You need to be fucking as much as possible.
Which makes it so ironic that all these let's call them rainbow mafia people got so into Warhammer and want to, oh look, these two women are in love. No, the Inquisition would have shot them both in the back of the head.
Yep. Like
why can't there be female space marines? Because the way to make a space marine, females can't. It's like the female biology just can't handle it.
But the depth of sororitas or the Sisters of the Battle are so much fucking more powerful. Not powerful, but equally as powerful as the male space marines.
No, they're not.
Have you seen what one of the battle maidens not battle maidens, their coffin fucking tanks and shit, where they just strap her in and let her go fucking all wild?
Yes, but they're not a space marine standing toe to toe with a single one-on-one. These are 8 foot tall, hulking, genetically engineered, manipulated, like walking tanks. A Sister of Battle is a normal human woman, for all intents and purposes, who was given a set of powered armor and really cool guns and weapons. But, and here's the big but, there's an element of magic behind them. Because they're so zealous, they're so faithful
to the Emperor
that they have boons that nobody can describe. And in a world where there's chaos and
I'm back in a moment.
Okay. And psychers and all this other stuff, it's like, yeah, okay. You just check it off. Yeah, okay, that works. Because it's just, yeah, that's their brand of magic. Whether it comes from the warp or psycher power or whatever, they don't know. They don't care. They just they see it as boons from the Emperor.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But to say that they're just as strong as Space Marines, no, not really.
Well, not physically strong, but goddamn, like still, a Sister of Battle can fucking jump into a turn and with her other sisters and hold the line.
Yeah, potentially.
Like it's but what I'm trying to say is there are the women that can fight and that do fight. The Sisters of Battle aren't just, show decorations. They're in the thick of things with the men.
Yeah.
Shit, you have female inquisitors. You have female fucking
I still
Astra Militarum.
think the funniest thing for like the Warhammer universe is like so many people are like, well, it's morally gray. No, it's not. Everyone's
No,
an
it's not.
asshole.
There is no good in this.
The
No
good and morally
good
gray are
race.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't
Like,
survive.
Black.
Like there is no good or bad guys. It's just fucking survival.
Like this is one of the few stories to where it's like type of things where it's like there is no good guys and bad guys. They are all bad guys. It's like, and it's okay to have stories to where you have good guys and bad guys that are blatant good guys and bad guys.
I mean, in certain situations, there are good guys. Like, say if you coming to steal a goddamn Hive City and you're trying to gene steal it, and you have like the Legion of Vulcan come down out of nowhere and save asses. Yes, good guys, clearly good guys.
That was like
But
the guy who does
those-
history of everything, and I'm trying to remember what it was. They were asking, his wife was asking him like which universe he would rather be in. Would he rather be in like Warhammer 40K or it was Warhammer 40K or Halo? And he's like, Halo, hands fucking down.
Easily.
They're like, oh,
Yeah.
you would think this? He's just like,
Wow.
he's like, no, because if you have to go against the Tyranids, he's like, and he brings the whole thing. It's like, Lord help the. It's like that shit is like the specific type of ship comes over. He's like, because quite literally, they will look at it and glass the planet because it's easier to do that than to try to save people.
Yes, or they get a whiff of heresy or
Mhm.
corruption.
Oh
or
yeah,
exterminatus.
he went into it heavy about that, and it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, the flood is something that could be scary and everything. He's like, but I would still rather deal with this.
You would have a chance against the flood.
Yeah.
You would not have a chance against a Tyranid Hive fleet. There's a
Oh,
reason
shit,
why they
okay,
came
I'm
outside of our system, our known space, came in and took like a quarter of it before anybody could blink because they're just that powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Because again,
Or-
as they absorb your biomass from the different races, and not just the different like sentient races, but like
Everybody.
animals, plant life, what have you, they're absorbing all the biological information
Mm-hmm.
to adapt
gets worse.
to.
It gets worse functional. Think about this. You can be on a planet. You could live there your entire life. You could your whole 9 generations of your family could be raised there. And out of nowhere, a fucking Necron city just wakes up. Now
Oh
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
fuck- You got a shit ton of angry fucking.
It was a
pissed off
tomb world that you
Necrons.
didn't know was a tomb world, and there's
Yup.
20 gajillion fucking Necrons waking up underneath you. Bye.
Yup.
Use the people.
Or you have to be it gets worse. Or you could happen to be on the wrong side of an Eldar Dark Eldar wanting to, you know what? I want to experiment on something today. Guess what? Whole world full of humans. Yeah. Deal with that shit. The Warhammer universe is not for the faint of heart.
Correct.
I think the other funny one I saw, I can't remember who actually proposed it, and that, but they were like, was Warhammer orcs, Lord of the Ring orcs, and one other orc like from a series as well. They're like, who would win? The person's like Warhammer orcs, hands down. Like you could even give the Lord of the Rings orcs, like Saruman to freaking lead them,
It wouldn't work.
and they'd still lose.
Because they, you know how orcs, how their technology works?
They believe it does.
They believe it does. That's all the fuck they gotta do.
It's a little simplistic, but yeah.
If they believe that making a flame, adding a flaming decal on a ship makes it go faster, it will go faster. That's what they do. Like they are a psychic race that don't fucking know that they're psychic.
Guys,
Yes.
I am enjoying listening to you talk, but I'm also falling asleep. So I am going to step out for the evening.
Alrighty, take it easy, Angela.
Later,
Have a
Ange.
good night, guys.
You
Night.
as well.
Yeah, man. Shit, I wouldn't want to live in the Pokemon universe.
No.
That's another universe I don't want to live in.
You don't
Like,
want to be
a
the very
10-year-old could
best?
No, a 10-year-old could capture God. Like, that's fucking scary.
I mean, if you go into like the parts of it wouldn't necessarily be so bad, but there are other parts of it that would just be absolutely heinous because of what it is. Like for some of the game and that whole thing, like, but if you actually getting down to like Pokemon lore, no dog. Nah, fam. There are way
and,
too many Pokemon that just straight up murk people.
One of my favorites, Gengar. He kills people. Fucking
Dude, there's
all the ghost Pokemon do that.
Yep, there's that one oh shit.
What, Drifloon?
Yeah, the one that's like almost looks like a cloud.
Drifloon.
Yeah, and there's the freaking one bear one that just because of how
Beware.
it is, it goes to hug its freaking trainers, but half the time it'll hug it doesn't understand its strength, so it hugs them so hard it breaks the backs of people.
Gardevoir is said to, in order to protect her trainer, will fucking summon many black holes.
Mm-hmm.
Again, then again, there's also the possibility that you could become a Pokemon.
Yep, that too.
Humans that are so smart can become Kadabras, and humans that have died recently can become your mask and Cofagrees.
Sounds really gay.
Ghost type. You can become a ghost type. So, yeah. But again, someone could capture God, and all of a sudden your world is fucked.
All this video game playing made me decide to fire up Space Marine 2. Fighting the Tyranid swarms.
Well, not just gameplay,
So much
but
fun.
discussion as well.
Oh yeah. What's this? I would love to live in the Elder Scrolls universe.
Elder
There's a
Scrolls
good-
is pretty fun. But
there's a
you
good
have the
chance
same
to come
problem of like people like Shev Gorath and whatever like fucking with you.
Even if you do get fucked with, there is a good chance you can ascend past your mortal form. Humans can become gods, or mortals can become gods in that universe quite easily. You know, you can start off your life as a regular human and become a god. So I think I would live in that universe. I mean,
I guess. I wouldn't want to become a god.
I would love to become a danger god. They're unbound. But you're right. You got people like Shev Gorath fucking with you, or you got like Nocturnal trying to manipulate you. Got assholes like Kerosene. Hey, yeah, I'm giving you this ultimate ability. But I want your soul. Like the only
Is
downside
my
to universe
voice
is,
on in the game? Ah, that's funny.
Yeah, honestly, I can't think of any actual game universe that I would want to be a part of, like game or show, really.
The only safe one is kind of like Star Trek. That's a safe universe to live in. Especially
'Cause, like,
through,
For that,
Federation.
too many people always think that they're like, oh, well, I'm going to end up and I'm going to be the main character. It's like, dog, you probably not going to be the main character. Like, you probably just going to die.
I want to be the main character.
It's
anyway.
funny because my comms were open in Space Marine, and I'm like, "Oh shit, am I? Was my mic open?" And they're like, "Yes." So they've been listening to the last 10 minutes of us bloviating on the show.
But the question is, were they hearing all of us or just you?
Just me. So it's
So
like a
you
one-sided
went
conversation.
Like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah.
Battle Brother, who are you talking to? He's possessed. We may need to put him down.
He's got the Tyranid condition. Spores in his brain.
Corruption. Yup, see there it is.
The Elder Scrolls or Lord of the Rings universe, neither, and that is always an option.
Mm-hmm. This was a good game. It's a game called Look Outside. It was creepy as fuck, but it's a good game.
I'm so all in for that Expanse game. Oh my god.
What Expanse game?
Owlcat's doing a
Oh yeah.
Expanse RPG that the combat's like very Mass Effect like.
I heard about that.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest,
Yeah, because I linked it into Rotten's Discord. It just looks so good.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest,
I want to get that. Okay,
every game is a role-playing game.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for
I
them
just
to
like to
get the
make
new
that
update
joke.
for the Road Trader. It's coming out the 24th, so about 2 weeks, about a week. I'm expecting good things from that because they added a new class and a new ally.
What was that?
Road Trader.
Rogue Trader, right. That's a fun little turn-based RPG.
You get the new DLC, Lex Imperialis is coming out the 24th. It adds a new
Arbite.
faction. Yeah, the Arbites and a Cybermassive. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Get him, doggo.
Pretty fucking much. And then
Rip
the
those chaos nuts off.
and then the second set of DLC, the second season pass is coming out too. I can't wait for that one. Like Owlcats does good work.
They do excellent work, yeah.
I'm still wanting
I
to
don't
see
mind
some
playing
actual gameplay of Resident Evil 9 to see where they're gonna go with it.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be his Rose.
No, it's
that?
it's like an Angela or something. It's one of the her thing was in one of like the spin-off game type things. Because they've got
What, Barry's daughter?
No, it's like Ashford or something.
So they're digging back into Code Veronica?
It might not be Code Veronica. I cannot remember. Okay, give me a second. Because it got brought up in Eve's Discord. So now
Or
Like that
Evil
Nemesis.
Requiem. It seems like it's going to be a side story and not an actual numbered entry. Is it marketing itself as 9? Yeah, it looks like it's marketing itself as 9.
yeah.
Return to Raccoon City. That's new. Oh, it's Grace Ashcroft.
Yeah, it's
she
Ashcroft.
She was fucking Leon Kennedy's assistant in 6. That
No,
makes
that-
sense.
That was Helena.
No, Helena was the partner. The one he was talking to that was his contact was Ashcroft. Well, looks like her.
No, because she's way too white. Because the same chick from that one was the same one that was in 4.
Resident Evil 6. I'm pretty sure that was the same chick.
The person who he talked to over the mic.
Yeah, who was
Yeah, that was
trying to
also
help him.
that was also the same person in 4. Hey, what's up, Kefki?
Yo, Knefty.
And I can't remember the names.
Yeah, Helena Harper was the secret agent, and
Yeah.
that was his partner.
Yeah, no, but the person he talked to was also the same person that was his basically his contact or whatnot in 4. Or not his contact, but the person who would give him his briefs and whatnot. I shouldn't say his briefs.
He's a boxer, man. I was gonna do my best impression of Kefki to say hi to Kefki. That was a terrible impression, by the way.
You failed. You failed, sir.
I failed nothing.
You lose. Nothing.
I don't know if did I tell you I'm going to be doing a complete new PC setup soon,
Nice.
and it's going to have a front panel, side panel, glass tempered, and on the inside of the case I have this Defiant model that I'm going to be wiring with LEDs and plugging into the PC so that it's inside the case. I can't wait.
Nice.
I gotta wait for this. I need a piece of something, a specific wire that I can splice into this LED kit so that it'll just go in a regular Molex connector for the PC. If anybody knows what PC building is, that's like just an old power cord. So splice that in there, and then just when you fire up the PC, the Defiant's going to be like whoosh. Because people do all sorts of crazy shit, like putting Gundam models and all that other, like My Little Pony or what, I don't know, just stupid weeby shit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something awesome.
I can't. I know that has to be her. That's not Ingrid. Is it Ingrid? All right. Wrong card then. That's somebody new because her name was Ingrid Hunnigan.
Ingrid Honeydew.
Hunnigan or Hannigan.
Hunnigan.
Or
Hunnigan.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Take it back. I was wrong. It must be a new character then.
No, she's in one of the spin-offs games. I want to say it does have Leon. I think it was one of the ones to where it's like you played on as or it's like went through the whole thing with Leon and Krauser.
So a side story that no one probably played.
Yeah, it was one of the games. I think it was for the Wii.
Probably one of the on rails ones that again no one fucking.
Yeah,
played.
it was like Umbrella Chronicles.
I want them to bring back the case files.
It was either that or because of where she's supposed to be going, it's like she was in the hotel and whatnot.
I want them to bring back the case files. Umbrella, no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you just look up her name, you can find it easier. Of like which one she was in.
Wait, what was the name again? God damn it.
Okay, Kefki, you taking off? You have a good one. Get some rest.
Thank you,
And enjoy the snacks.
Grace Ashcroft. Again, the last name Ashcroft makes me think of Resident Evil Code Veronica.
Except for that was Ashford. If I remember correctly.
Sorry if I'm a little distracted fighting a hive tyrant right now.
Ashford, you're right.
Yeah, like Resident Evil likes to have a lot of similar names and whatnot.
Fucking hell, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, heck, they could have had a whole thing of if they were wanting to have
Nope. She's the daughter of investigative reporter Raccoon City survivor Alyssa Ashcroft
okay.
from the Outbreak game.
Okay, yeah.
I knew the name, so she was part of the case files.
So there you go.
Again, see, I want them to bring back the case files where it's just regular people trying to survive the outbreak.
Oh yeah, that would be better.
Like it was rather interesting, and it was just something fucking different from the muscle bound world weary hero who's seen this shit. Instead, it was just regular people trying to fucking make it out alive.
Well, that's what made the 7th game a return to form, was because you did have some more puzzles, but it was also more, you had a new character who hadn't been through all of this before, so it would make sense that they would struggle in a lot of things. You were expecting them to win still, or at least defeat the bad guy at the end.
Shit, I like the fact that 7 was more in a closed off. You were trapped in a single building, like in the fucking
for
the first Resident Evil.
I mean, you were trapped in it for all of 20 minutes.
But everything.
You were on a single property.
Yeah, single property. And you didn't leave it until that last quarter of the game.
Well, once you finally beat the dad, is when you went to the tanker.
You beat up somebody's dad?
Yeah.
Or could you?
Jack Baker.
Yeah.
Jack Baker, Marguerite Baker, and Jake Baker.
Yeah.
The Baker family.
I just never got that into.
Jack was a better version of the tyrant of Mr. X.
Mm-hmm.
Way better version. It was fucking terrifying.
He walked around chasing you with farm equipment.
Yep. And he killed people. He killed that cop, shovel right through the face.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Which one was this?
Resident Evil 7.
7.
Where you play as Ethan.
Is it the village?
No, that's that's 8. It's his second game.
Okay.
Which
I remember now. Yeah, you go to that fucking house.
Yep. Which they fucked up 8 because of just wanting too much to try to connect it to the one thing, and it got weird.
Yeah, the storyline made no fucking sense. If she wanted your daughter, why not just take her when she was posing as your wife?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'd have been none the fucking wiser. And all she had to do was keep posing as your wife, and you'd probably have fucking made a happy little family for her. You'd never known she was taken. So, yeah.
You'd have to get Liam Neeson.
And then fucking Chris shoots up your wife and doesn't say shit. Doesn't tell you, he just comes in your house, shoots up your wife in the beginning of the game, and transfer you, her, and the baby away.
Yeah.
Huh.
All that entire thing could have been stopped in 5 fucking minutes. Look, dude, she's not your wife. That's your wife is missing. That's an
no kitty. This is a bag of nugs, kitty. This is not what you want. I let her sniff the bag every time. It's like, no, those aren't cookies. Here, we'll get you cookies. We'll get you cookies since you're a good girl most of the time. You want to say hello to people? I don't know if you can hear that. Probably not.
I heard it.
Meow, meow, meow. She misses her brother. I'm keeping my eyes on the.
I can hear the music. Where the?
Oh, where is he?
He's behind you, isn't he?
He's probably upstairs.
No, I just shot him.
Oh.
Because since I've already beaten the game, it's like I have no issue using Wiimote on it because it's a single player game. And if people want to get pissy at me for it, well, play it yourself.
Suck it. Yeah. But I keep my eyes open at the local shelter. Just something comes across and is like, yeah, I think that could be a good companion for Onyxia. Then yeah, I'll get it. But I'm not gonna jump the gun, and I definitely want to get another black or darker furred cat because I wear a lot of black, so I don't want a white cat with white fur on my black clothes. At least the black cat hair fur
Blends
is a
better.
lot less. Yeah, you don't see as much.
I was told that I'm not allowed to be in the house by myself, so I had to get.
Just because of the way things have been for me for a long time, I haven't had a pet. I make the joke. I make the joke that all my pets, their bite is exponentially worse than their bark, and I don't have to deal with urine.
I don't got to deal with urine.
Don't have to deal with urine.
Yeah, I plausibly them peeing on the floor.
Oh, right.
Because the joke is my pets are my guns.
Mhm.
So if they bite you, I mean their bark is pretty loud, but if they bite you, like you're not gonna be having a good time. Gonna have a bad time. Pizza when you're supposed to French fry, you're not gonna have a good time.
Hashtag. That is, I hate you with every fiber of my being.
That's like I was telling Angela, and I don't remember if Functional was there for it. I decided to see if my local gun shop could order the Lone Wolf Timberwolf frames for Glock, and the stripped frames were for the two that I wanted were $70 a piece, and I'm like, you know what? Let me get those because I can always buy the parts for them later. And the worst thing, the compact one is just going to be another 19, which I already have a slide for. But if I'm lucky, I'll get to do what I want with it and make a pretty cool video of a ridiculous gun. I don't know why I ran back up here. There's nothing up here that I can remember. I'll still say for the Resident Evil remakes and everything, like I didn't hate how they made Jill. I didn't mind that. Like I know for some people got mad about it. I didn't mind her not being in a skirt and whatnot instead, but being in like a tank top and jeans.
Mm-hmm.
But I still
didn't mind all that.
found it so fucking weird that they still managed to make Leon uglier on PS5 graphics compared to GameCube/PS2 graphics.
I didn't mind all that. What I minded was the fact that she held the rail cannon.
Dude, there was so much wrong with all of the remakes.
And she held it like a fucking and she didn't fucking kill herself. Like the old game is you had to power it up, so you had to run around while powering up.
Yeah.
And get him in the line of arc so it'll hit him. And then you kill him by, you want the stars? I'll give you stars. There's your stars.
Yeah.
She fucked Nexus up.
Well, I mean, they even had a whole mutation for how Tyrant was going. So by the end of it, Tyrant was basically stuck to the wall.
Yeah, he got weird.
Yeah. All right, let's see if I've done the thing properly to where Freaking X is gonna jump through the door. Nope, not breaking the wall.
First he was firing his rocket launcher at you, and you see the scene where she thinks she's about to be rescued, and out of nowhere, boom, helicopter gets hit. Dashes your hopes up, and then he takes off his fucking coat and just starts going ham on your ass, and then he
shows you his magic missile.
Brown chicken, brown cow. Nah, it's weird. It's fucking insane.
So I think they did better for the 2 remake, to the 4 or 3 remake for
Mhm.
for Carlos, of like still keeping it that way instead of like how they did it for the 2 remake, where they're like, hey, basically the playthroughs are going to be the same with just a minor difference of where you go through.
I hate when they do that. At this point, I wish they would stop calling them remakes, remasters, and just full on call them new editions of it. Because you change so much of the story that it's no longer the same game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I still think it's funny.
I don't mind the remastering because like you're taking older games, but like you said, if they keep it like same to the old games, then I have no problem with it. It's when they drastically change it to make a new game. It's just like, well, you didn't need to do that. There's a reason why people love the original this or that.
Final Fantasy VII. It's not Final Fantasy VII, the traditional Final Fantasy VII. It's not the game people fall in love with.
Mm-hmm.
It's something brand fucking new.
Mm-hmm.
Like you essentially created a brand new game using the Final Fantasy VII skin.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried playing through the remake, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get through it.
It's too much of a departure from the original thing. Like,
yep.
No, Brand. I like the new perspectives on certain new characters. Like I like Royce. Royce is fucking amazing. The other soldier. Like remember when you're riding with them to get the bomb material from Shinra, and you have to fight the guy in the courtyard or the yard of fucking where you get the bombs from. And I have another question that may make no sense to anybody. But all right, her father was a worker in that reactor factory, right? He gets sick. He had nickel poisoning. They don't deactivate his card. And not only do they not deactivate his card, they let him keep it. And they don't check and see, oh, his card was used to enter the reactor at this time when we just got robbed. Maybe we should look at that and try to figure out who he's connected to. Makes no fucking sense. And then her stupidity when she decides to explode, do the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are we talking about the original or the remake?
The remake.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
In the remake, you still go through with the explosion of the Mako reactor, right? However, in the new one, instead of it just destroying the reactor, it destroyed the entire plate. And she should have went like, no, there's no way in hell the bomb I made can do that much damage. That wasn't me.
Yeah, they dropped the plate anyways in the first one.
Yeah, but in this one, they make it seem like it was part of Avalanche's terrorist attack.
Yeah.
So Avalanche took the blame for it, essentially, when it was actually Shinra destroying the reactor itself and making the plate drop. Yeah, like she doesn't go, holy shit, it should have never done that. There's no way in hell that little dinky thing I made can make that much damage.
Okay, now we're into the one spot of the game that I fucking hate. I hate playing.
That game didn't make any sense. And then Jeebus, Fleebus, him him in the first game talking to Sephiroth. And Sephiroth being the final boss of the remake, or at least that episode of the remake, makes no sense. That game sucks. All you had to do was update the graphics, keep the original storyline, fill in the holes where they existed.
And even the original combat system, the JRPG formula is what I didn't want an action-based combat like that. It was so just nothing about it appealed to me, and I gave up. That's why Clair Obscur was actually really good, was because it uses all those older techniques of the game mechanics and storytelling that was just like, this scratched that itch that I haven't had scratched since Final Fantasy VI.
I'm tired of action RPGs altogether. One of my favorite series is Valkyrie Profile, and they ruined Valkyrie Profile by turning it into an action RPG.
I can't hear you.
So one of my favorite series is called Valkyrie Profile.
Yeah.
It was a turn-based Square Enix game, or Squaresoft game owned by Square Enix now, and they turned it into an action RPG.
Okay.
You ever played Indivisible?
So
Nope.
I can play an RPG to where you can control the action during the fighting, but that was also synonymous with the Tales games. Like,
Yeah.
Tales
The
of
Tales series.
Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Arise, Tales of Asperia.
Tales of Destiny.
Asparagus.
Tales of Destiny 2. I wish they would remake Legend of Legaia and Legend of Dragoon.
Legend of Dragoon was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was a fun
Yeah,
game.
update the graphics.
Yeah, and that one I'd only want a quite literally graphical remaster. I wouldn't want anything changed of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anything changed of it either.
Because but the funny thing is like, for how these remakes came to be, like the Resident Evil 2 remake happened because someone was making a fan remake of 4, to where you could basically play it more like Revelations 2 or Resident Evil 6, to where it's like you could do the walking and whatnot.
Okay.
And Capcom found out about it and like, fuck that shit, so they made this.
That's another thing I dislike. I dislike when owners of IPs.
And that's what also happened with the Final Fantasy VII remake, was because they had done some shit with it and whatnot to show some of it. And then for some odd reason, that's what they went with. Because like the shit for the Final Fantasy VII remake had been out since, or they'd started back during the fucking PlayStation 3 era.
No, you know what I would love to see? I would love to see a remake of 6, or an update of 6 with modern graphics.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fucking amazing.
Well, they did. They already made those remakes. 4, 6, 5. And it was the exact same game, just it looked better.
No,
Even
I'm
the same.
what?
No,
I'm talking about, say, a modern update for it. Like, you have instead of having the little 2D sprites, you have actual fully fledged out characters.
Oh no, God no!
I would want that. That was something I would want.
If the characters weren't fleshed out in the original game, they shouldn't be fleshed out in the remake.
No, he means graphically.
Yeah.
Because they definitely were fleshed out.
Yeah.
I mean, they were fleshed out, but I'm talking about like a graphical change.
And so they've done that for a few different of the Final Fantasies and whatnot.
Yeah. I would love to see some of the more obscure Final Fantasy properties, like Mystic Quest, get a fresh coat of paint.
From everything I've been seeing, looks like I've been hearing they want to do a remake of the original Final Fantasy Tactics, and I'm like, oh, fucking please don't. I liked what you did for the PSP. You're like, we're not changing anything other than we're gonna add this. Like, the only thing we're changing is you can actually get the Demon Knight job.
Would make sense.
And there's like one other job, and then they added the younger brother from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. That was the main
As
character.
a
That one as
DLC character.
no, not a DLC character. At a certain point in the game, they'll have like a cinematic thing where you can go through and rescue him, and he'll join your team, and he's basically just a clone of the main character.
Oh, you're talking.
The only other thing I didn't like they did about that
fine.
game was they like a couple of like the Marquis or Marquez, you couldn't steal his equipment for some odd reason because
Well, it makes sense.
well, you could in the original game.
No, you couldn't. He had
Yes, you
protect
could.
on. Will you fight him the second time? You couldn't steal his shit. Like when you fight him a total of 4 times.
Yeah.
The first time he kills Bart, I think he kills.
Because I want to say in the
Uh,
original PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy Tactics, there wasn't a single character that you couldn't steal from.
Nope. Because they gave most of the major NPCs that they gave them like a protect item. Like you couldn't break their shit and you couldn't steal their shit. Like that one I know for a fact. Like that one I know because I always had a thief, and my Ramza was spec'd out as a dual wielding knight. So he had double break. Like he had 2 chances to break.
Oh yeah, and then
If
they
you
also
listen-
for the remake, or I should say the
War of
PSP
Alliance.
PSP port, they added Balthier
Onion Knight.
from. Well, they added Onion Knight, but they also added Balthier from 10, and
Yeah.
he had a thing that instead of just being a regular thief, he could plunder, which made his whole thing to steal exponentially stronger or more likely.
He essentially had mug.
Yeah.
And he could equip guns, so he had mug and could equip guns. He was a better Masuda.
Yeah.
And I like his fucking class was Sky Pirate.
Yeah. I want to say you couldn't be the Heavenly Knight or the
Yeah, he could be. Rafa and Malik were
no,
both,
your regular characters couldn't be that.
oh no, you couldn't get a Heavenly Knight and Hell Knight.
Yeah. Well, they did the Devil Knight or whatnot you could do in the remaster, but you couldn't do the Holy Knight or Heavenly Knight.
You could get Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight, that was it. Which had the same thing as what's
You
his
could
name?
become Batman?
Kind of. And you kind of were. Then the other thing that sucked was
Nightmaster.
because there were specific skills that you had to learn by having them hit your character and not kill them. And in the original game, you could go through and be like, oh, I can cast this in a weaker way on my own allies, so that way they don't die and they can learn it. That doesn't work in the remake or in the remaster.
You're talking about Ramza was one of the only people that could learn by getting hit with it.
Yeah.
And then Summoner was the only class that
Yep.
could learn by getting hit with Ibelos.
Yep.
The last summon. And Ramza could learn Ultima, but he had to get hit with it.
Mhm.
And he could learn something else. But in order to get Dark Knight, you had to have Black Mage Master, you had to have Oracle Master, you had to have Night Master, and you have to have fucking, I think, Lantern and Monk. And then you had to like literally kill, that card had to kill 20 people and they had to turn the crystals.
Yeah. Some of the shit for that was so ridiculous.
But it made sense.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of the Dark Knight is he's a murderer.
Well, that was to unlock it. Once you've
Well,
unlocked
for
it,
that character.
once you unlocked it unlocked it for everyone.
Really?
Yeah.
No, because they still had to go through the requirements to get it. They didn't have they still had to master certain classes to get access to it.
Yeah, but once you did once you did the you didn't
20
have to
kills,
you didn't
yeah.
have to do the 20 kills. Once you got that whole thing, it was
Oh yeah,
a thing for everyone.
yeah. It's sort of like dancer and bard.
I mean, granted,
that's another thing I
the
wish they would do.
smartest thing to do in that game, other than like random battle, was oh god, yeah, it was the tailwind to where you could make it's like Ramza could do the whole thing for them to be faster,
Mhm.
but was to have them learn concentration.
Yeah. Concentration. Because you could charge. I love fucking the archer charge skills.
Well, no, concentration would have like boost your physical attack, and
Yeah.
because of that, it would frickin' help out. Where'd you go, dog?
And it concentration counter and
Yeah.
dual wield. All right, so essentially, archer, monk, and ninja. If you got that combo, you could tank you and fucking wear heavy arms as a fast class.
Mhm.
Man, you could destroy shit. That's how I survived the Wheatgrass fight.
Oh yeah, like once I could get like Monk was always my first one to go after, other than the concentration from Squire.
And I never left the first chapter without Ramza being a ninja, and like well into him getting 2 weapons. Never
Yeah, I was one of still the
never
things
missed
I loved about games like that, or games like that, is where it's like you could go through and just because of the random battling and everything, boost your freaking guys. It's like your fucking team just so goddamn much that once you finally do the storyline stuff, like
You're
you're just
overpowered.
fucking murking everyone. That they're like, huh, you think you can defeat me? You're like, bop, 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 bop. And they're like, until next time.
And I love how everybody just teleports away, except for fucking Medulla, who literally walks off. Like, yeah. Man, that's a good series of games. I can't wait till when does this come out? Oh shit, September 30th. I'm gonna have to pre-purchase it.
Wait, they're doing for which game?
Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it.
I'm gonna have to look into it because it's getting released on my birthday,
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'll be off work that week.
nice sir.
Yeah, it's funny is for so many years it's like I didn't care about my birthday and everything. It's like I now just take my birthday off or use vacation or birthday just because.
Yeah.
I'm like, ain't no reason not to. It's like otherwise the only other thing I'm gonna do with the fact that I'm gonna have like get close to 20 days of vacation next year is I might just take like 2 days off a fucking a month, so that way I can go ahead and make sure I have the days off to go to the range. I don't have to try to fight with going to the range, then recording, then going to work.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Well, damn. Like usual for Talking to the Void, it starts off relatively slow for that whole thing, and then we get into our
The weeds.
just general discussion of
weeds.
shit. And well, it's been 2 hours.
Man, I'm sleeping. I don't want to go to. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm going to the doctor's.
So I'm gonna go over to this thing real quick and pull that out so I can do this. Get out of here and pause it. And since it's been 2 hours, we're gonna call it. Functional, thanks for jumping in and giving us someone else to talk to for a while.
Yeah, no problem, bud.
Oh.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, not a
Always
problem.
good to stop by.
You gonna be with us tonight, functional?
Tonight. Oh, Monday. I don't know. It depends on how much work I get done today. Because instead of
And
working,
enjoy
I
your work.
slept all day.
God damn it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get out of bed until like afternoon, and I
Excuse me.
normally try to not do that. But
Well, I
we're-
didn't eat, so I kind of just like, yeah. Oh yeah, we're closing up. Never
Yeah.
mind. I'll stop talking.
we're gonna get out of here. There's a plethora of stuff to watch, from Minions to the Midnight Show to Never Watch Alone, to Mr. Adams Retro Arcade, and is at the matinee.
Watch it, bro. Yeah,
I'm going with the stuff that most people on the panel are, and I always forget that Will does stuff on Twitch to where he's either doing his Let's Watch Paint Dry, or typically gaming with like Moonshock or something.
It's an odd Saturday, so it's going to be a game
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah.
So have yourselves a wonderful night, and I don't think there's any actual holidays coming up for, at least not until next month. Oh, and if you didn't,
Juneteenth?
if you're I don't give a shit about Juneteenth.
I don't give a shit about Juneteenth either.
Well, even though it's into Monday now, for those of you whose dads are still alive and whatnot, send them a text or give them a phone call, wish them a happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
I know not everyone's is, so.
All right.
So have a great one, folks. We're going to get out of here.
Abadia, that's all, folks.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Join us again next week, or you can check out the other people in the panel in the description and see us again plausibly on one of their channels, or just check out what work they've done. Have a good week, everyone.